coral farming is rewarding, personally, ecologically, and financially. It's one of the best examples of how a sustainable business is both viable and necessary. But you don't just need to farm to get in on the fun. So, coral is the result of layers upon layers of symbiotic relationships between small organisms, plant cells, and the sea creatures who use and maintain the reefs. It's a diverse underwater engine that offers medical solutions, protection against ocean storms, and a surprising percentage of our oxygen. I've talked before about things like algae, a relatively unloved resource that can open doors to sustainable materials and business practices in nearly every industry. But this is an entirely different beast. Coral is far from a resource. It's a key piece of Earth's core functions that has been exploited and destroyed in the path of, well, frankly, a lot of other businesses. The rate at which coral is disappearing, developing disease, or going extinct is faster than existing organizations and businesses can keep up with. So if it's not a resource, why make a business idea episode about it? Because coral, its destruction, loss, and disease signifies a massive unmet need. As you know, if you've watched previous installments, a problem in need of a solution is a critical starting point for any business. A coral business is not only an effective way to regrow reefs, curb wild coral capture, and keep diverse species alive around the world, it can also be surprisingly profitable. Coral Vita is a company that makes high-tech coral farms in order to restore reefs at 50 times the normal rate of natural coral growth. Founded by best friends Gator Halpern and Sam Teicher, Coral Vita aims to scale up its land-based farm methods so that restoration is possible worldwide and reefs can be protected for generations to come. When Hurricane Dorian hit their Bahamas-based enterprise, Halpern and Teicher suddenly had to rebuild their entire farm. But that's not stopping them in the slightest. Now, most coral farming is relatively slow and steady work. It requires patience and real love. Conditions must stay stable for your coral to thrive. If you like to travel, farming is probably not a practical business idea for you. That being said, many entrepreneurs successfully sell coral frags to consumers, businesses, and aquariums with hefty price tags. If you're a seasoned saltwater tank owner, you know how this goes. But being an entrepreneur who is driven by a desire to course correct habitat destruction and do your part in bettering our planet, it doesn't mean that you have to be limited to farming coral. Far from it. As it goes for any problem, there are layers and layers of solutions. And each person, each entrepreneur who contributes their voice in big ways or in supporting roles are part of the engine that creates healthy changes. Coral farmers fight on one front, but they need all hands on deck. Your business needs to think like the complex coral ecosystem it's serving. By building networks of support, we build our own vibrant, healthy community ecosystems. Now, this is where it gets really exciting. Many dedicated people are thinking creatively to help reef restoration. Using 3D printing, Melbourne-based designer Alex Goad founded Reef Design Lab and the modular artificial reef structure. And here's the twist you weren't expecting. This wasn't just set decoration the whole time. This was actually 3D printed using a biodegradable bioplastic that's actually safe for corals. There are a lot of artificial reef designs made to host new life, but Goat's design is more accessible to more communities and can be placed virtually anywhere because of its clever Lego-like design. It's also really cost-effective and easy to update over time thanks to its nature of being 3D printed. In 1992, Don Brawley founded Reef Ball Development Group, a company that designs and creates artificial reefs. And now Brawley has used his reef balls to found Eternal Reefs. By mixing their specialized concrete solution with the ashes of loved ones, families can have a special memorial with the knowledge that new life is being fostered under the waves. Now, between artificial lighting, water pumps, temperature control, and monitoring equipment, coral farms can use a lot of electricity. Steve Garrett is an entrepreneur who has been utilizing natural filtered sunlight in his outdoor tanks for over 20 years. Using direct sunlight for land-based farms can make it extremely easy for algae to build up. But Garrett has found a way to make it work with his unique tank designs. And finding ways to increase the sustainability of growing coral will always be a priority in this industry. Installing solar panels or using other forms of renewable energy would increase sustainability and reduce monthly bills. If coral restoration interests you, keep in mind that there is a lot that someone can do to help this movement. Now, we aren't the final authority on how to start a coral farm. YouTube University, established forums, and your local fish shops are going to be extremely valuable in getting started. That being said, we do love sustainable business ideas. We love researching them and telling you all about the possibilities. We read all our comments and take them to heart too, so comment any business idea you would like us to report on. But if you want to start a coral farm, keep in mind that this type of business takes time, so let it build momentum. If you aren't already aware, a coral business will pretty much universally require an upfront investment. Be it tanks for a farm, or 3D printer for making tools and frag holders, or electrical equipment to create renewable energy solutions. Even as you get rolling, coral restoration efforts aren't necessarily the profit drivers here. You might want to supplement your business with services that are lucrative, like selling frags, tank cleaning and maintenance, or fish breeding. These are all great ways to combat illegal or harmful capture of wild species, which is fueled by the consumer market. You can even start a YouTube channel, live stream your tanks, buy and sell secondhand equipment, write articles for a magazine, or use your farm as an education center to inspire the next generation. So we need to prioritize stopping what causes reef degradation in the first place. And at the same time, we need to restore what reefs we can, and like Alex Goad and Don Brawley, create new reef ecosystems. By combining our ideas into a symbiotic system of our own, we can really make good progress towards a better future.
Small businesses are the lifeblood of every community. We want you to be passionate and prepared for a lifetime of entrepreneurship. If you're looking for more inspiration, we made some free tools to generate ideas, find a name, and form your business. Find free resources and guides at Truic.com.